Hi guys, and welcome to the Rainbow Six Replays YouTube channel. Today we want to present a video replay of the match highlights between Vivo Keydstars and Team Fluxo during the Brazil League 2024 Stage 2. Don't forget to subscribe and put a like. Enjoy.
Here. They're going to wait for Fluxo to take the challenge, to take the drops, and to come through. That's going to take another 15-20 seconds, so it's going to come down to a number of gunfights. But before they can kick off, Lender manages to find a Nitro.
I was going to say they've had so much time here to get prepped, really about a minute and a half to use all of their utility. They've still got every Selma in back pocket, which is a bit of a surprise for me, but they've got all the verticals they need. Hard breaches opened up. They've got the resources, Tim, and here comes one. It's Hashi dropping in, misses out, and the man runs out of ammo and loses his life for it. Lender onto the tripler in the round. 3 kills for himself. 3 still standing on the other side, but I feel, Tim, Fluxo have left this one a little bit too late. Keydstars just going to sit back, wait, put their feet up, and win this round to the clock.
That explosive charge, really, kind of like throwing a wasp in the room. Just send him in, let Keyd panic a bit about the shield, let him start flashing people, and then everybody else collapses and tries to pick up kills at the same time. But it needs to be coordinated.
That's the problem, Tim. Coordination, I think, is so key. Like you say, they've got this lineup all around, and already there's a team kill coming in. It's Neskin getting rid of Miracle, the 2 new players getting into a little bit of a crossbar as Hashi then also finds Neskin. Looking good for Fluxo so far. They've pulled on that trigger, as we said, Tim. They've made the play come in nice and quick, and it looks like it won't be a repeat of the last time we played on Clubhouse, but that clock may have made it. They're almost like inviting Fluxo in, I want to say, and say, yeah, come and take Catwalk off us. We're not going to hard hold it. We've got an Azami up there, and that's about it.
In comes the Blitz once again. Daffodil this time able to take down Astro, but Mitrix has the answer, manages to get the trade, and that leaves us 4 versus Lounge, and then they've said, you know what, we can get more value out of that elsewhere. So they've got him out onto the rotation, and he's in a position to potentially push into sight now, but Miracle, he manages to take him down. That's the Blitz gone, and now I'm looking at Fluxo and thinking, where's the sharp end? Where's the point on this attack? And Lender takes down Lukid. They start falling like dominoes. There's one by one, and it leaves Raps with it all to do. 1 versus 4. All he can try is to burst into sight, see if he can create some energy.
Opened up with a minute and a half still to spare, but everything was squashed into the final 20 seconds. And I say this every time a team leaves it till round end to execute, is they get stung in the backside. And I was going to say Stemps managed to get the drop off there, saw the drone that missed him, and has found himself a freebie. That now gives Fluxo another problem to worry about when they're already into the last 60 seconds of the round.
Fantastic opener there from Keyd, just again being able to keep themselves mobile in the map. And the thing is, now that Semp's got that kill, he's able to just sit there and be a constant problem. Lukid finding Neskin, though, might force him back to site as the diffuser's going down. Mitrix is going to stick this, and Keyd have maybe just taken their eye off the ball a little bit there. Lender does manage to find the planter, but the damage might be done because with 3 left alive, Fluxo could potentially hold on to this, but the fight back comes. Stemps gets himself back to site. 4 versus 2, and they are now starting to tickle the disable on that diffuser, but they have to take Astro out of Kitchen if they want any hope of winning this.
They've just pushed upstairs and gone, yeah, this is great. If they can get rid of the Havana, as you say, that's enough for them. Sees the head and manages to spray for it. That's the round cuts at this point, Tim. They're going to try and stick the diffuser. Almost loses his life going forward as well. All he's got to do here, Tim, is wait a couple of seconds and make it.
If you've got that diffuser down in that spot inside of sight, get yourself on Kitchen Hatch at all costs. It's, you know, no, it's not worth losing your last life over, but if you've got 1 left alive, the power spot is for them to be on that Kitchen Hatch, and that's why Astro took it up there. Gets himself, he knows the challenge is going to come as well. Another example of his experience there. He knows that challenge. All 5 of Keyd are just sat waiting. They know that they can just hold these angles for as long as they need to, and the onus is on Fluxo to do something here, but do something they will, as Hashi goes in and takes out Stemp, but the trade is immediately there from Neskin. 4 versus 4, 30 seconds left to go.
As it bleeds down, though, it does mean you have less angles you can attack from. If you're going 1 for 1, it's not the end of the world for the defenders. Of course, losing someone like the Smoke might sting, or anyone with a C4 still in pocket. As I say that, the C4 gets used, and a great shot from Miracle finds himself 1 more. It's Lukid falling, and at this point, with those smokes now coming out and 20 seconds to play, this feels like it should be the one for the defenders to win.
Daffodil's just going to take out Raps. Surely they hold on from here. It's all up to Mistrix. He does have the shield. We know that they're powerful. But with 8 seconds, I'm not sure that they're that powerful. He takes down 1, but unlikely to find any more as Keyd. They're smart. They're keeping themselves. But They just need to keep the clock
the
in the back of the mind. There's nothing wrong with chasing here, but they have to get something from this. Otherwise, it's just a lot of wasted time. And that's not what they want. Neskin somehow manages to slam the blitz. Hashi's there for the trade, but the damage is done. For Fluxo, Demos is underneath doing some serious work, but look at the low HP on Hashi now. 3 HP left. He needs to be very, very careful, because if he scans anybody else, remember, of course, he is giving away his own location as well. Not quite so specifically, but all that's going to take is a bullet to graze his elbow through a floorboard, and it's going to take him down. So needs to be very careful. 15 seconds left to go, and Fluxo feel like they've just stalled out a little bit here. The smoke canisters are holding them at bay. Miracle has saved them for the perfect time. They have no choice but to sprint on in and try to find kills, try to find space, and that's a big kill from Hashi. He needed that. Never going to get anybody unless they were trying to run in at that specific moment. He was hoping for a big bit of luck there, but look at this. Astro in a good position, manages to find one. Can he get a second? No, his shots are a little bit wild. He misses his opportunity to double it up. Neskin did get taken down, but the kills fly in for Keed here as they just roll over them on this top floor, get one after another, and Raps is left in a 1v3.
Oh, naughty shot, though. Great start in the 1v3. Still 2 more to find. I was going to say Daffodil's the one that's really broken that backline open here. And I think for Raps, he's got it all to do. Plant going down. Temporary 1 versus 1. Has to take the firefight now, but he's not going to be given the chance. And sure enough...
Why it's so important. If you can get in there and get control over blue, it really turns the defense inside out. They've got to watch so many different places rather than just being able to focus in one direction. Nitro goes into lounge, will be unsuccessful, doesn't find its mark, but 35 seconds left to go, and Keed haven't got themselves an opening kill. They're finding themselves in the same situation Fluxo was, but this time it's Neskin. He goes in and finds one. 25 seconds. They need to build on that momentum now.
Absolutely love the use of the nade there as well, knowing it would force him to hop over and then pushed in when they knew 100% where he would be. Really good bit of play to get some space, but as you say, still a lot of players left alive and only 10 seconds to go. They can't afford to make any mistakes. Tim, and missing those shots onto Lukin might just be those mistakes. Daffodil, Neskin, they storm in though. Trades are being collected as they go. 2 kills come back the other way. 1 second to go at this point, and they still find the last man. We had the Blitz left alone in a 1 versus 4. It's like everything's back to front, or we didn't have the team comp synergies coming out to make things work together to really enhance each other. And in this case here, Hashi's found a freebie onto Neskin. I'd say a little bit late. They were trying to, I think, storm in a bit early there and try and catch Fluxo off guard. They've dealt with it relatively well to this point, a 2 for 2 so far, but I'd say that gives a lot of advantage. I'm looking again, and it's something I've observed a couple of times. Selmas, in fact, we've seen one just used by Daffodil, but throughout this game, for both teams, we've had all 3 Selmas left in back pocket. And whilst I really appreciate that a lot of entry players really love playing Ace because of his gun, for example, very calm and collected there, having that shot out the C4 as it came in towards him. But I think they're trying to get more things opened up here, but not a lot has come through. The distraction coming in there from the Ace is enough for Lender to start finding things getting opened up. Raps has fallen down here, and now the plant is going down. And you were looking for it in the last round. In this one, it's going to be confirmed.
Just going to be stopped by the edge of the bomb chassis there. I think the shot's going through. He was just protected enough, and that meant that the diffuser did go down. 2 versus 3, and the fight is on for Fluxo to try and get themselves back involved. They're fighting from Catwalk. They're fighting from these areas. Lukid manages to find Lender 2v2, but time is ticking, and as they find their way back through that window, it's an easy takedown for Miracle. 2 versus 1, and surely Keed are able to hold on to this. Are they going to tickle it? Yes, Mitrix will get in there and start disabling to try and bait out the push, which it does, but it's his downfall.